Okay, so let me start, by giving you a brief introduction of security. So basically, in today's class, what I'm planning is just to motivate you why to learn security, why it is important to have security in the in the curriculum of your graduation program or post graduation program. Okay, so as I told you earlier as well, this is an interactive session. So I would like to ask you, for what you are using your laptops and mobile phones in your day-to-day life. I will give you a few examples, then you have to add these examples with few more examples. Okay. So for examples, in today's world, we will use our computers or mobile phones for doing online banking. Right. So if I ask you the question that how many of you have visited the bank physically, I mean, when you have visited the bank physically? Yes. So anyone can answer. When is the last time you have visited the bank physically?
Ma'am, to activate the net banking feature.
Okay. So no, so for doing the banking transactions.
Oh,
Yeah.
I haven't visited.
You haven't, right? And I hope that maybe, from past maybe 1.5 years or 2 years, I don't think anyone is, visiting the bank for doing any online transactions or for any transactions or things like that, right? And what is the reason behind that? The reason is we actually are now more in the favor, or it seems to be more comfortable to do online banking. Okay, it is available in our laptops, it is available in our smartphones, the apps are available, the net banking facilities available. So generally now we stop physically going to bank, in our time, actually, in today's scenario, basically. Then we use our mobile phones and digital world to do shopping. Okay, to do online automated supermarket checkouts, for online classes. Okay, for traveling resources. Generally we used to book tickets, whether it is a air ticket or train ticket or bus ticket. Generally we used to do it online. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So you have to now add a few more into this list. What you actually do, using your mobile phones and your laptops.
To watch movies or hear songs.
All right. So movies, songs, etc. Clicking pictures, right?
Yeah, to store documents or pictures.
Okay. Store documents. And this document may contain your credentials as well.
Yeah.
Yes, password and all those things. What else? How many of you have ordered food online? I hope everyone, right? So for even ordering the food also, we use our smartphones. What else?
Ma'am, accessing social media.
Okay. So for socializing, we use our mobile phones, right? What else? Now we are doing online, payment also through, a simple payment also through some sort of, payment apps, right? Even if you
Um,
buy something of 10 rupees, we generally would prefer to pay the person using some or the other payment app, right? What else?
Games, online games.
Yes, games we used to play online. Okay, what else? Booking of cabs. If you want to go somewhere, we generally used to book cabs, right? We will not go to a rickshawala and call him, right? We just used to book cabs or autos online, right? We used to recharge our mobile phones online. We used to pay bills online. maybe electricity bills, etc., etc. Right? So why I am telling you all these things? If you see, the digital world actually contain all the information about you. They actually know what you are watching, okay, which movie you like, which songs you like, what are your preferences. They actually know which type of dresses you wear. They actually know which type of appliances you use. They actually know where you are going locally as well. They actually know who are your friends. They actually know your credentials, right? I mean, each and everything they know about you. They know where you go and where you buy which thing. Are you getting my point? They even know what you like in food and what you don't like in food. Okay. So each and everything, I mean, everything about you is there in the digital world. Okay. And that is the reason why it is very, 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 very important to have the security of this particular data, because if your system is hacked maybe a decade before, what is the information that has been lost? If you are hacked, suppose 10 years back, what is the information that is lost? Only maybe your system information, some documents that you have stored on your system, and that's it, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
But if you lost, or if your system is hacked now, you actually lost each and everything, right from the monetary loss, because everything is there in your mobile phone. If somebody is having your mobile phone, he can even do transactions, okay, with the physical um, uh, you know physical hacking of, or physical theft of your mobile phones, right? So each and everything is there on your mobile phones, or it is there on your laptops, or it is there in the digital form. Okay. And if you are hacked, everything is gone. Not only money, not only name, not only fame. Up to some extent, there are cases that due to the leakage of private information, a person have attempted suicide. And I'm very sure that you all are aware of such cases, right? Yes. Yes or no? Okay, if you will not say anything, then I assume that it is a no.
We've heard in the news nowadays, yeah.
Right. So that is why it is quite important to know about security, somehow to validate that, okay, whether my system is secure or not. Have concern about our privacy. Generally, when you ask people in India that you are not secured, your information can be leaked, they say that, okay, I don't care because I don't have anything to hide. Okay, there is nothing to hide, so it's okay for me if somebody will take my account. There is nothing in that. Okay, if somebody will can hack my social media account, it's okay, no problem. So this is the attitude of some people, but it is very important to know, or to develop the awareness that no, privacy and security is important for each and every individual. Okay, even for a common man, it is not somehow related with only the famous personality which are there, but even for a common man, it is important. Okay. So let me tell you few more things to motivate you. Why we need to learn security and why we have to concern about security. So this is the statement by INCS coordinator, India's National Cybersecurity Coordinator. In October 2020, he said that the cyber crime in India cost almost $17 billion. Okay, so $17 billion we lost due to the cyber crimes that are there. Okay, and this is too much, right, for a country, for a developing country like India. Okay, so if we are losing $17 billion just in the cybercrime, then we have to think more on, how we can protect this, how we can somehow avoid this. Okay, so what I did is actually I have visited this particular website. I will share the link with you. So there is a list of, I mean, many, around more than 500, right? Maybe 800 or around 1,000 cases are there which are reported, and all those cases are quite famous cases where the cyber attacks has been taken place on government agencies, defense or high-tech companies, etc., where due to that particular crime, the loss is of more than $1 million. Okay, so I mean the big cases, we are not talking about the small cases, but a crime where we lost $1 million. So that, I mean, many incidents are reported on this website. So I have listed a few of them. I will share the link. You can have a look at this. So what I did, I just picked few attacks that are related to India somehow. Okay, either I mean, it is related with the context of India, or it is related directly with the India. So let me tell you few such attacks. And I tried to pick only the latest one, right? So the first attack is of March 2021, where the Computer Emergency Response Team of India, they found the evidence that Chinese hackers are actually conducting some sort of, cyber spy campaign against Indian transportation system. Okay, so on the transportation system, they are keeping some sort of, they are actually monitoring this and they are actually hacking it. Okay, so how it is working or whatever. So you can have a look in more detail that what actually the case is. But yes, this is the first incident, a latest incident which has been reported. In March 2021 itself, it is reported that Chinese government hackers, okay, so now the term government hackers, okay, so these may be some hackers, in the entire country, but government are also having their own hackers, which have actually targeted, email software of Microsoft Enterprise, right? And, there are many official, just a minute. Yeah, just a minute. Yes. So there are evidences where Microsoft Enterprise email software, the data is steal from this software, and the email of around 30,000 organizations has been hacked. And these are not a normal organization. These organizations are, government agencies, legislative bodies, law firms, defense contractor. You can see government is somehow propagating this attack. So it is related with the top priority organizations which are there in any country. Okay, so that is the case. In February 2021, Iranian hackers took control of a server in Amsterdam and used it as a CNC server for attack against political opponent in Netherlands. Okay. I hope I am audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
great. Yeah. So Iranian hacker took control of a server, right? And they use the server in Amsterdam they make that server a command and control server for attack against political opponents in Netherlands, Germany, Sweden, and in India. Okay, so this is also happening. So I hope you understand what do you mean by command and control server. So they actually, this server will take control of the system which is placed somewhere else. So remote access of that system has been granted. And then from there, they can give some commands. Accordingly, the system will behave. Okay. So this is what happening. And if you can think of in the world of this social media, Twitter and Facebook and all those things, where a small piece of information is having a very big impact on people. Okay, immediately, it will not take some time. So immediately, if somebody's account will be hacked and some particular information has been placed from that account, you can think of the impact of that false information probably on the public in that country. Okay, so it is quite a dangerous thing, which is there. Then in November 2020, there are a group of hackers for a higher launched attack against a group of targets in South Asia and particularly in India, Bangladesh and Singapore. Now, these particular attacks, basically what they did is they are just to place a backdoor, in the systems which are there in these countries. And the aim of the attack is just to gain the access of credential theft. Okay, so it may be possible that there is a fake website. It looks like a Facebook. You enter your credentials over there, and your credentials can be taken. Okay, or so these are some sort of backdoors. Not only this, any other sort of a backdoor. So the aim of these hacker is just to use some or the other backdoor and get access of credentials. Okay. And this is, I'm telling you, November 2020. Then we come to June 2020, where, these people, there are human rights activists in India. So there are 9 people who are targeted as a part of coordinated spyware campaign. Okay. And it is used to attempt the malware. So what actually they do is they record their keystrokes, what they are typing. They actually record their audio. They actually steal their credentials. Okay, just to get to know that, okay, what they are planning, what they are talking, what are the ideas, what they were going to do, etc., etc. Okay, so this type of attacks on a target user is also very prevalent. Okay, so somebody will target government agency, somebody will target a particular organization, maybe for revenge or something like that. So this is a dangerous thing to have actually. And there are many such. So I am listing very few, but there is a long list over there. Okay, so I recommend you to just go through that and have a look at how the attackers are actually attacking, and what are their motive to do these things. So generally, these motives can also be categorized into few categories. Some would like to have credential theft. Some would like to have the accelerated privileges. They want to gain access of the system. Somebody would like to make the system a bot. Okay, and there are many other such motives of the attacker to in place the attack. So yes, it is quite important to know their motives as well, because in that way we can have, in that way we can think actually that how the threat has been happening. Okay. Yes. So this is one thing. Another thing is there is no need of PhD in the field. Now, why I will say this is what I want to convey here is, for an hacker, it is not required that the hacker should be expertise in the area of security, but the vice versa is not. The other way around is not true. Okay, if you are a security analyst, you have to be very good at it. Okay, you have to be a deeper knowledge of the system which is there. But for a hacker, it is not required. Okay, now you may ask that, ma'am, how can you say this particular thing? So these are the few examples where, teenagers, they are not even the graduates, just a school going students, able to hack, various systems which are actually a well placed system. Okay, so a few example is in 2008 a 14-year-old boy hacked the Polish tram system. Okay, so the tram system has been hacked, and what he did it is, for him it is kind of a joint train set to play with. Okay, and he just hacked it using some old remotes which are there at his home, right? And because of this hack, 4 vehicles has been derailed. Okay, fortunately nobody died in the event as reported, but yes, there is lots and lots of chaos which were there, right? And you can see the age, it is just a 14-year-old boy, a school going boy, which is having almost no knowledge of security, right? Even he can hack a system. Okay, so it is just a matter of finding that vulnerability and exploiting it. It is just that matter for a hacker. Okay. Similarly, another event took place very recently in 2020, where the Twitter account has been hacked, and that also is done by 3 to 4 teenagers. Only 3-4 teenagers involved in this event. And in this, they actually are able to attack or hijack 130 accounts. You can think of Twitter's 130 account has been hacked. And those all are high profile account. They are not a simple account. The account of, President Barack Obama, the former President Barack Obama, Apple's Twitter account, Elon Musk account, Bill Gates account, Joe Biden accounts has been hacked. And this is quite a recent event. And it is done by teenagers. So you can think of, that there is seriously required no need of having a very, deep knowledge in the subject for that matter. Another attack which I will mention is 16-year-old boy, okay, named David Olivers. He was arrested because what he did is he actually attacked his school's some sort of server or something like that. So this is this Miami-Dade Country Public School. He hacked it. He hacked the server of the school many times, and he actually tampered with the grades and all. Okay, so he was arrested. So see, a school-going boy has actually hacked the server of the school. Another incident from Spain, a boy was arrested because he hacked many times this, again, some public and private organizations in Spain. Okay, so Spanish public and private organizations has been hacked by, again, a teenager. Another event where, again, a teenager has hacked social media account of multiple minors, and he used to steal thousands and thousands of images from there. Okay, so actually there is seriously no need of having the PhD in the subject. You just have to find out the vulnerability which is there.